doesn't really matter. The fact of the matter is, if you're in a building and the building's on fire, your concern is getting the fuck out of the building and not being burnt up. Not, let's get hot in here, but before we leave, let's figure out how this fire started. Where did this fire begin? And who's responsible for it? It's like, yo, run. Get the fuck out of here. But what about the rest of it? You're not going to tell them they can't smell smoke? They can't see fire? They can't feel heat? Yeah, they can. They're not moving, not because they don't see or feel or smell. It's because other people around them aren't moving, and they've made a decision. They see us and what we're doing, and they see everybody else and what they're doing. And they're going, well, it's only 10 or 15 of them doing what they're doing, which is getting the fuck up out of here so they won't burn up. The rest of these thousands of motherfuckers is just sitting here trying to make marshmallows and glizzies. I ain't never said that word before, and I'll never say it again. That was just for fucking entertainment purposes. More dick sucker ass, robo schmunky, mindless fuck shit, along with paws. Fucking bunch of punks.
It's funny how glizzy is hot dog and it's gun.
It was gun 35 years ago. That's when I started hearing, I was like, glizzy? How did glizzy come back into the lexicon? And then I realized they were talking about hot dogs. And they were talking about hot dogs in a way as to not say hot dog, because somehow hot dog puts the image of a penis in their minds. Because they can't get dick off their mind. Something's, and I've said this before, something strange about that. I know a lot of you motherfuckers have been touched. There's something strange about you not being able to get your mind away and everything taking your mind to the phalanx. Something's very strange about that.
These niggas be gay and don't even know it. I just told a nigga he was gay on the internet because I had to tell him, I'm like, bro, you gay. It's okay. Like this, you know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at you. I'm not, judging you. You just gay. You just don't recognize it as you gay. Because if you are okay with sleeping with a woman that just had sex with a man, but you just want her to take a shower before she come over and have sex with you, you gay. You turned on by her having sex with another man and then coming out and saying, that's gay. It's gay. You like the presence of another man with your woman through a really roundabout way, but it's still a gay activity.
Oh, ain't no doubt about that. Like, I'm not going. Yo.
Man.
Listen. So, relating back to our earlier subject, follow. There was an incident that I was told about a very long time ago, relating to the earlier subject, where this just brought to mind by what you just said. Earlier subject and associate of the earlier subject were fucking around with this chick. The earlier subject ejaculated into the chick, and his best man, immediately went down and gobbled the chick up after his man just nutted in her.
They freaky.
You think?
That nigga.
And that's just tip of the iceberg.
He been wanting to get the tip of the iceberg.
he been wanting to taste test the product. But this is the type of motherfuckers these people are that you motherfuckers want to adulate and exalt and hold high and all that. We just hit the hour mark. I'll give it 5. This is the type of shit that ones and twos like to exalt because it's low hanging fruit. You know what I mean? No doubt, Power Strong, PWRSTRNG co, Power Strong Company, right? He made a comment. He said, please save this. What you said is significantly formulaic to world structure. See, like I said, we aren't all walking around blind, deaf, and dumb. Some of us are tuned in. What we need to understand, those of us who are tuned in, what we need to understand is that we're surrounded by people who look like us and are not like us at all. Remember, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And that adage, that saying, it manifests in many different ways. It's not just about motherfuckers like Clarence Thomas, or that other sycophantic, funny looking Negro that was running around campaigning and, kowtowing to Trump during his campaign. And then when all the, jobs were being given out, whatever, his nigga ass didn't get one. But he was stepping and fetching for massa like nobody's motherfucking business. I can't remember his name. Some geeky looking motherfucker with glasses, black motherfucker, shit colored nigga. But that comes in or manifests in other ways too. Skin folk, all skin folk not being kinfolk. When you are a melanated person who has any depth to your mental process, the kinds of people that are like, who say things to you like, you think too much, or you be doing too much in terms of like really looking at things and analyzing things and breaking things down.
Or you process it too much. You see it for what it actually is instead of just for fun debauchery.
Right. Those people are not your kinfolk. Those are not your kinfolk. Anybody who tries to discourage you from expanding is not your kinfolk. They're not your friend. They're not even their own friend. It doesn't matter if they're your cousin or your sibling or your parent. It doesn't matter. You got to see them for who they are. You got to see yourself for who you are. If you're progressive and forward thinking and you're around people who are not progressive and forward thinking, you are going to be berated, attacked, undermined, ridiculed, discouraged. These are not your people. They might look like your people. They're not your people. You have to find your people. Your people are people who, even if they don't think the same things you think or believe the same things you believe, they do think about what they believe. And they're willing to listen to other perspectives. And they're willing to have an open mind. And they're willing to grow, even if it makes them uncomfortable. That's your tribe. The happenstance of someone being connected to you by blood because somebody happened to fuck somebody and somebody popped out and, by virtue of this, you're my cousin, sibling, whatever. Don't let that shit, get you fucked up, keep you fucked up. We are all here on our own individual mission. And in my mind, that individual mission is manifestation. To be all that you have been gifted with the ability to be. That is your one job. And if you are not encountering or connecting with people who are on that same type of time, then you are not doing your job. You are not on your job. And there will be a price to pay for that. So don't let a motherfucker, guilt you or sucker you into, rolling around in the fucking mud and squalor and shit with him. Just so you can be considered down. Fuck down. Fuck down. I've been down. I'm cool on down. Fuck that. Up. Up. Like the God I am. Up. Period. I don't want to tolerate. I don't want to encounter. I don't want to talk to. I don't want to engage with a motherfucker who ain't on what I'm on. And I don't mean, again, thinking what I think. I'm talking about I'm on thinking. You on thinking? We ain't got to think the same thing. I just need to know you're a thinking individual. Someone who is okay with taking your own route based upon what you've determined is best for you in this moment. It could change at any time, but it'll change not because of the wave of attraction to a particular idea, but based upon what you have as an individual determined is what the best next thing for you to do. I fucks with those people. That is my tribe. Anything else is weak motherfucker shit. That's it. If you didn't know. But we got our hour, bro. I mean, unless there's, I'm serious. Like, if there's some other shit you want to chop with us, I love you. We could do that. But other than that, man, fuck that.
Oh no, we good. I already told you what my process or what I want to do with this. I think we good.
Yeah.
We just gotta.
Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it like that. We're gonna do it like that. We're gonna do it like that. Do it like that. Going forward. In fact, when we get off of this, I'm gonna load this up, and then we can get on that. I'm just reading something House of Sufi said. He said the pause game started in Harlem. I think it did. It started with it used to be no homo. It started as no homo. But the guys who started it are people who were in the public space, people who are in the entertainment industry. I'm talking about Cam and them. Yeah, Cam and them. They started they started the no homo shit.
All of them niggas.
Yeah, they started the no homo shit. They started that. Yeah, that's right. But what happened was, as they got older and more exposed, whatever, they realized that the entertainment industry was full of homos.
Yeah.
So they were in Def Jam and Universal Bill and all whatever they would say, like, no homo, offending half the goddamn staff. Right? So that's when Dame started introducing pause. Dame is when introduced pause. This is real time. I was present. This is real time. But yeah, it's a Harlem thing. It's a Harlem thing. To be honest with you, most everything is a Harlem thing. To be honest. Most everything's a Harlem thing. All the things that y'all are attracted to, that y'all think are so cool and all that, style, behavior, attitude, fly shit, whatever, balling lifestyle, all that, that's all Harlem shit. Pee Wee Kirkland is the father of the balling lifestyle. Harlem. That's where it came from.
Real Harlem. That's what they need a movie about.
I mean, been working on that for a while. There is a project that's virtually in the can. From my big bro, you're talking about for Pee Wee, right? Yeah. You know the thing about it? You know why it hasn't already come out? Because initially they wanted to put his story out in a way where it was like this glory story, about this larger than life, superfly, gangster, and basically it was marketing and promotion for the lifestyle. And Pee Wee didn't want that. He didn't want that. He didn't want the aggrandized, promotion of this death style. He didn't want that. He did not want that. He could have had a movie. He's had a couple of situations where it was like he walked away from him. It's like, no, that's not. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And at least one of them went pretty far, and he was like, nah.
I know little Pee Wee grown as a motherfucker now.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, I mean, I talked to New Child recently. He said that Pee Wee's, little Pee Wee's big guy, big guy. It's crazy. I remember when he was just like 6 years old. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. I got pictures of him, and I got one picture of him and Khadijah. Um, all Khadijah got him all bundled up like he's some kind of little baby. He all curled up in the fucking arms and shit. We were all over at Starbucks on 125th Street. Used to be, I don't know if it's still there. 125th Street in the corner, 125th Linux.
You know, Starbucks ain't give up that location.
Yeah, that was Magic Johnson's joint. That was Magic Johnson's joint. I would imagine it's still there. But yeah, man, we could die, people. Let me tell you something though, son. Between me and you, I think niggas are done. I do. I don't think they stand a chance. I think the only way that black people are going to be all right with what's coming down the pipeline is if they connect with other groups that are more cohesive with one another and more threatened, more because black people don't feel the threat. That's why they're saying shit like, we're going to sit this one out, all kind of shit, whatever. It's like, y'all don't know what the fuck is going on. Y'all think they're going to do all these things to these other people? They're not going to do it to us. I think in Chicago, I think there are people now who are recognizing that that's not the case at all. After what they just did with that building that is raided, with the motherfuckers repelling from Black Hawk helicopters and all that shit, and marching the children out with no clothes on, handcuffed, and or I mean, you might as well say handcuffed with a zip tie up together and all that type of shit. Like, black people are so traumatized, too many generations of trauma, too many generations of escapism. The art of not paying attention has become intrinsic in our culture, quote unquote culture. We are the walking dead collectively. Yeah, I don't think that as a collective, I don't think we're going to fare well. Because even with all the shit going on now, still, you look at those protests, you look at those marches going around, it's 90% other, maybe 5% black. Most black people are despondent, disconnected, and just so out of it that they don't have a fucking clue, bro. I think a lot of them on the low really want to die. They just want to feel no pain, but they want to die. They're tired spiritually, and they are full of fear and confusion, and they just want a painless release. I believe that. And, I'm a relatively intelligent person, and I believe that. I see what's going on. I see what's not going on. I believe that. I do. I think it's imperative that those of us who have some degree of consciousness, and especially I'm talking about my bloodline, I don't know what anybody else gonna do, but it's imperative that you stay on top of your sons and your nieces and nephews, and you stay on your dean. It's so much easier to fuck off, but the path of least resistance usually leads to the point of most regret. I think that will be more pronounced reality in the next 6 months, 6 to 18 months than it's ever been in my lifetime. Seriously, I'm paying attention. I'm paying close attention to these crackers and what they're doing. Like, it's so crazy that people don't believe that it's happening. But you got a motherfucker that's attacking all the Democratic states. So he's sending all these troops and all this shit into all the Democratic states. Illinois wouldn't let him weaponize their National Guard against them. They wouldn't let him do it. So what did he do? You know what he did?
What?
He went and had Oregon. He went and federalized Oregon's National Guard, which there's no legal precedence for even doing that. He nationalized. He federalized a National Guard from another state and sending them into another. That's an invasion. That is the literal definition of an invasion. He's conducting invasions within the United States using American troops. That's a direct conflict to the Constitution. Now, see, this is the part of the conversation where we start to lose the little tiny nigger brains, the ones that are not our kinfolk. It is shit colored. They are the enemy within our collective. But they're dead from the neck up and they don't want to be woke up. Time will tell it, though. Time will tell it. It's a fact. That's it for me.
All right.
Love you, son.
Love you too. I think Bob, he came down this weekend. We all kicked it, hung out.
Oh, is that right?
God, nigga's crazy. He's supposed to be here this weekend. But I'll at least call you when we get together, guys. So I'll definitely call you when I see you this weekend. That nigga.
I did my job.
You did a good job too. He doing everything you taught him to, and he just vibe.
I don't personalize it. It got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
I did my motherfucking job. I didn't raise no junkies. I didn't raise no child abandoners, no woman beaters, no fucking convicts. None of that. I protected, I guided. Most importantly, I demonstrated. I showed, not just told. So every man has to do with himself, find his purpose, find his place, find his way to make it. And that's what it is. You know? Remember to think critically so you may live wonderfully, my people. Peace.
Out of here.